Well, welcome to my channel Mispronounced Adventures. My name's Alex and welcome to Arctic Season Round 4. I spent the last decade leading expeditions around the world for work, to jungles, deserts, the Himalayas and many more places. But something about the Arctic keeps luring me back. From its amazing natural wonders to its snow and ice encrusted landscapes. To its wildlife. And for my general enjoyment of the outdoors and the amazing adventures this part of the world can facilitate. From walking to the Russian, Norway and Finland three-country cairn in the middle of winter, it's half 8 in someone's time zone. Almost back. To being the most northern naked person in Europe. And a few other things. But it's not without its challenges, from extreme weather to extreme temperatures. New personal record, -38. Temperatures so low even the Arctic grade diesel freezes. Mechanical breakdowns.
And that's how you easily remove an alternator from a vehicle.
And a few vehicle mishaps along the way.
Go. Go, go, come on, come on, come on.
But I love it, I keep coming back. Because YouTube has become such a large part of my business now, I have to say thank you to you guys, the viewers, who, because of your continued watching of the channel, help me fund things like this. So, Arctic Trip Round 4 has been completely funded by the collaborations I've done beforehand. Welcome to a video working with Anchor. It's Bluetti, EcoFlow. EcoFlow has this video, which is Anchor. And that's all thanks to the people like you who watch and have supported the channel over the last couple of years. But, like every Arctic season, it starts with a long drive north. So, let's get on with it.
Well, here we go again. Arctic Round 4. It's January 11th, about 5:30 in the afternoon in the UK. I've just checked in, gone through passport control and waiting to board the train. It left a little bit later overall than I'd planned this year round. There's been a few mechanical bits with the van which needed to get sorted and its MOT. Found out I had a Bluetooth leaf spring, which wasn't good. So that was a trip to Midland Road Springs to get a new set of leaves on the back. Gone double this time. Then put it in for MOT. Well, I discovered it had the issue with the leaf spring because I was doing the brakes because Ford last time they did them put the pins in the wrong place for the stuck caliper. And then it went in for MOT and I needed 4 new discs, which was another expense at Ford. And then it failed on an oil leak. One which I've had on the Arctic trip before. I've got a small oil leak and I have for a while. Here's my oil leaks. But apparently it failed enough that it failed the MOT. So after £180 later for investigation, they used 3 cans of brake cleaner, said they couldn't find it anymore, and changed a seal and some bolts. And then I got the MOT, and now on the way, I smashed my wing mirror. I lost a jousting competition. So I need to find some new wing mirror bits whilst we're away. But anyway, we're here, we're getting on the train. Oh, we're getting on the train now, actually. And they've just opened the gate. Favourite bit, driving into the spaceship. Right, we're on board. Time to leave the UK. Well, you can't really see, but we're off. On the way to France. And I'm going to do what I usually do, where I try and get halfway up Sweden in about 72 hours. So that's, I think, about 1,500 to 1,600 miles. Tonight's plan, drive to the German border, which should get me there hopefully 2 or 3 in the morning, and then wake up and have a full day driving tomorrow. Time for the usual nonsense. Putting on deflectors, and with all these options, it's still only version number 1.
And a couple times this year, people have commented on my videos saying you're blinding oncoming drivers with your British lights. I'm not. Every single series, I show myself putting these on and taking them off at the end. At least it's not hard to spot where they go. I might need to give my cameras a clean. Giving the cameras a little clean. Thermal one's clean, that one's alright. They're not looking too bad as well. Although I imagine it's going to get dirty again on this drive up. Okie dokie then, we're in France. As usual, remember to drive on the correctly wrong side of the road. Well, as usual, we'll stop and rim the tank with some excellent diesel. Right, fuel tanks are full. Let's reset all my trip computers. Right, starting mileage. GPS is set for the Arctic, so let's drive. Hopefully tonight we'll get to the German border. Right, let's get out of here.
And left.
Right, I'm going to turn the camera off because I need to remember to drive on the wrong side of the road. Right, we're on the motorway. GPS currently says 1,500 miles to get to where I'm going, which is not the final destination at all, although we're not going to do that all tonight. So, Arctic season round 4. Overall plan, the same as season 2 and 3. Get minus 40 on this dashboard. We got pretty close last year at minus 38. New personal record, minus 38. Let's see if we can get minus 40 this year. I think the other thing I need to address is last year I did say that the last trip could have been the final trip for Yeti, this van, which has not turned out to be the case. It's taken a bit longer than I expected to put together what I'm going to do for the new van, so this should be the last trip for Yeti, and then hopefully Arctic season 5 will be a new van, and then I'm looking at the MAN TGE 4-wheel drive long wheelbase. But first we've got a whole season and send off for Yeti to do, so let's drive into the night. And we just crossed into Belgium, I think. Maybe. Yes, I think we're in Belgium now. Well, it's colder than usual. It's -1. Usually we don't get the minus numbers until we get into Denmark or Sweden. I think that's my first sign of snow, and we're still in Belgium. Recurring theme so far in this drive is thick fog. I think we're approaching the border for the Netherlands. Hey, the Netherlands! Well, we're in Germany, 1 minute to midnight, which is a few hours earlier than we usually get here. So normally I just stop, but I think I'll carry on for another couple of hours and see how far we can get. Well, it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I think I'm about half an hour before Hamburg. Pretty good going. That's usually like the afternoon I reach that on the normal drive. So I might try and get past Hamburg and then go to bed for a bit. I've got past Hamburg and it's 7 minutes to 5 AM. So I think I will find somewhere to park up for the night. Right, it is 10:30 the following morning, so I've had a couple of hours sleep. Oh, that's a cool camper. Time to get to Sweden today. Maybe I was tired last night. I hope this doesn't mean I got a flat battery. That's fine. Right, let's get driving. Well, there might be an example I didn't stop for very long. So the oil temperature when I started was 10 degrees still, and coolant was about 20, and it's 0 degrees currently. Nice bluebird day, and
essentially something's not quite working. Saying my battery voltage whilst the engine's running only 11.9 volts, and the fans are at max, they just feel weak. So I don't quite know what's happened. I don't know if it's just got a smart alternator mode for some reason. Never mind, I think it's fine. The voltage is dropping to 11.8, but I just turned the engine off and turned it back on again whilst driving, and it shot back up to 14.7 like it normally does, and then drops slowly like it does when it goes into smart regen mode. So essentially it's just going into smart regen mode for some reason. Then it'll figure out it's flat and hopefully turn back on to work normally. Well, not good. I've now got a charging service error on the van. Not ideal. I said on the dashboard. I need to pull over in a second. I mean, I'm kind of thinking the fact that I left my keys in the ignition overnight is responsible for this. I'm sure the fault will come up in a moment. There we go. Right, still not working. I'm going to see if I can maybe, I don't know, if it's software related, trick it by, I've plugged in my 30 amp charger, so I can at least put it on charge. The voltage is rising, I presume that's just a charger trying to charge it. My only thought is maybe it will trick the system into thinking of working if it's not working. No, absolutely nothing. Right, I've resigned myself to the alternator's broken and dead, and I'm sure the people who watched the video last year who said just change the entire alternator opposed to the clutch pulley when the clutch pulley of the alternator went in the Arctic last year. Easily remove an alternator from a vehicle. Fair point. Although I was in Sweden, and Sweden did want £900 for an alternator, which was less powerful than the one I had. So at least I'm in Germany, it should be cheaper. I need to figure out the game plan for the day. Yeah, I mean, I presume I could probably stay in this truck stop if I want, but it's not the most interesting of places, so I might just drive to where the parts shops are for tomorrow and just park on the street and camp on the street for the evening. Let's figure out a plan. Right, done enough sitting around. Got a plan. I'm going to drive most of the way to the area of all the auto shops for tomorrow morning, and that seems to be a free motorhome park up pretty close to it, so I'm going to go there for the evening. Oh, and I've got the, I don't know if you can see it down there, I've got the power station plugged into my AC to DC chargers for charging the battery, because I would rather the van just didn't cut out whilst I was driving. Well, at the minute, my van is being completely powered by Anchor-Solic C1000 power station. Well, not fully powered to start that, it's still running. Right, turn this off so I can actually get the directions. Not bad, and I've got food and shops near me as well, so I guess stay here for the night. Not the ideal start to the trip, but well, it is what it is. It's just money to replace an alternator, and if that's it, excellent, I can get on the way tomorrow. Well, they've got alternators on their website, although I can't check stock, and they are just across the road from me there. So hopefully they'll just have the alternator in stock and I can go pick one up tomorrow. If not, there's a Ford dealer around here, and I think there's another four other parts shops, so maybe one of them will have an alternator. Ideally I want another 220, I don't want to go less, but if they've got 240 then I'll just have to upgrade it, which is not the end of the world. It does remind me of my first Arctic trip where I broke down and spent 2 days in Germany as well. Bit of an early night, but I had to get to bed at 5 in the morning today, so I'm in bed, it's 9 o'clock. I'm watching some Star Wars on my iPad, and yeah, hopefully I'll wake up tomorrow. I set the alarm so I'm there for opening, and hopefully get myself an alternator. Alright, good morning. It's just gone 8 o'clock. Time to go see if we can get some parts. It's been chilly overnight. Over there somewhere. Well, there's some lights on. Frosty
frosty morning. Let's see if we have a look. I think I'm going to get prices from a few of the nearby places first, and then I'll see he's got stock, if anyone. Get prices. If no one's actually got one in stock, then I'll get it ordered at the one I want, with the model I want, and we'll go from there really. Wish me luck. Okay, so far so good. They don't have the brand I wanted, but they've got a DRI one, which I don't know what brand that is. I'm going to do a little bit of research. That's 380 odd euro. Have it actually in stock, and if I bring back my old alternator, then I get an extra 42 euro off. So that's one down. I'm going to go check out some of the others, and I'll heat up the van, defrost it, drive it over to some of the other parts places, and go from there. Right, off on the first. Oh, that's a cool view.
Turn left onto Langbridgeweg, then turn left onto
Off to the first
Lillienthal.
shop. Right, being in the actual Ford, they've also got the OEM one in stock, but they want 770 euros for it, which is a bit more than I'd like to pay. But at least I know they've got it, so it's two down. And I'm gonna go find some more part shops to check out some more. Off to the next one. Quite fortunate, I broke down in a town which has got all the dealerships and auto parts shops. Right, that one is closed because of lack of staff due to illness, so off to find the next one. Okay. Bust in there, as they had a system for inventory, but it was actually inventory in the PV shop I was at last, which is closed today, so that's a shame. Right, back to the first place, so we're going to go buy the alternator. We have an alternator, one alternator. Cool, right, oh, and it's got one less pulley than my current one, so I'm going to have to move the pulley. Right, there we go. It is actually a remanufactured one, which I didn't realise, but that's fine. So, comes a little spec sheet what it does. 220 amp, maximum output under load 300 amp. Well then, let's start getting it in. Making progress, just need to get this pulley off. I'm going to do it before I take that out, because I think it's going to be easier. Quick trip to the shop to buy some tools. Whilst I've got smaller versions of the 13mm with me. Last time I did it, the travel duo was missing. It had a far bigger socket set to get them off originally. I think I put them back on, I did with my small set, but they're quite stuck at the minute. Right, there's one broken loose. Right, both bolts out. Now time to get the actual alternator out itself. One alternator out. And now I've got about 5 minutes before a Roma consultation starts, so I need to go to work. Right. I've not bought a remanufactured alternator part before, and I guess maybe excuse my ignorance, but I was surprised that it's very similar to the OEM part. It's got 4 Formoco stamped on the casing and the bodywork, and then the regulator is, I don't know how you pronounce that company, also the same. I guess that's why I give this one back for money back, because then they just refurbish them for use again. People who know better than I do, what are the main differences? I presume they probably replace the bearings and stuff. Like the coil's going to be different, or when they get an old alternator back, do they just refurbish it and fix what the issue was? Well, a lot easier going back in, about 5 minutes worth of work, so I just got to do a bit of management with the cables. Upside, glad to replace this. I noticed that this coolant pipe wasn't retained, so I'm going to fix that, and that will hopefully stop it wearing that hole in the pipe. Right, back in, everything's done, plug is in, belt's back on. I've got another work consultation in 10 minutes, so let's give it a quick test. Starter battery's reconnected now. Let's see if it works. Because the main thing I want to see is if that changes. Oh, I had a little heart attack there where it didn't do anything for a second. Yes. There we go. Job done, we can get on the way. Well, actually now I've got to go do a work consultation for a little bit. One old alternator, one Yeti working. So just going over there now to return it, get some money back, and carry on. Right, old alternator returned. 52 euro back. It's not bad. Not that I use
cash money often, but tidy up this and trying to get the rest of this off my hands and be on my merry way. Right, filled the fuel up. Time to get out of here and get to Denmark. Right, we are approaching the Denmark border. Usually I do these borders late at night. I've never done many of these borders during the day. Oh, I guess that's easy then. Alright then. We're in Denmark. I think about 3.5 hours and I can get through Denmark. Well, we got the first bridge coming up. It's on the wrong side for me. One down. Signs for Malmö. Last exit in Denmark. Should be in Sweden in not too long. Hello.
Hello. Where are you going? Do you have anything to declare for customs?
Nope.
No alcohol, tobacco?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good evening. We're in Sweden, although I do technically have a bottle of whiskey for Ash. But I guess I don't have to declare that for customs because it's not a bottle amount. Well, pit stop done, GPS set. Time to get back in there and drive for another 5, 6, 7 hours, what I suspect. Time to get going. Good to be back in the land of auto clickers. Another 450 miles in the tank and still another, I'll probably get another couple of hours in tonight. Can things just stop going wrong with the van, please? Why is there a heat shield just hanging off? Why you decide to do that? Yep, one of the heat shield which protects the exhaust and the tyre have fallen off. Oh well, I guess I'll put that back on tomorrow. Today has been a long day. It's just gone midnight, so I've been driving probably nearly about 11 hours. I'll probably get a few more done today. I'm going to try and get past Stockholm, but about 11 hours of driving. I've swapped an alternator, done 2 work consultations, and I drove around a bunch of parts stores looking for parts. Today's just a travel day, but it hopefully should leave me tomorrow with hopefully a shorter day tomorrow. But a few more hours to go. Oh, and I finished a complete audiobook, so yeah, a few more hours to go, then I can go to bed.
In 2 miles, keep right onto E4 towards Stockholm.
Right, we are pretty much arriving at the outskirts of Stockholm, or in it, I'm not sure. Which for me means as long as I get out the other side, I can then find somewhere to park for the night and go to bed. You certainly can't miss the roadworks in Sweden. GPS is taking me on an adventure. I'm now in, I think, somewhere in Stockholm. Where am I going? Why have you done this to me? Damn it, Siri. Well, not the best weather start to an Arctic season is past Stockholm. Early January, it's 4 degrees and currently raining. Right, park up for the evening.
Yeah.
Well, I think that'll do for the day. I think nearly 700 miles and it's currently 20 past 2 in the morning. I'm going to bed.
And that's pretty much going to be it for this episode. A bit of an eventful one, that's for sure. If you've enjoyed this content, and you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel and checking out all the other seasons of the Arctic videos. Or other ways you can help support the channel, checking out some of the links in the description. I work for Roma, which is a UK lithium battery company. I design their electrical systems for campervans. Or I'm a brand ambassador for Alternator and quite a few other things. But really, I just want to make content for you guys to enjoy. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.